Hello everybody, welcome to another Caps Camper video. Today I'm going to talk about the this Igloo portable ice maker. As you can see, it's a model ice117-ss that we picked up to take in our trailer. My wife uses a lot of ice, so ice trays really just won't cut it for us. So we picked up this portable ice maker. Runs on 110 volts and is nice and compact, as you can see. Just has some basic switches on the top. You have your power switch, and then you can select small cubes or large cubes, and then it tells you if you need to add water and that the ice tray is full. And then you open up here. In the back there is where it makes the ice. This will fill up with water, and these little probes are kept cold so the ice freezes around it, and then this little bulldozer thing comes and pushes the ice off and plows it up into this little ice tray here where the ice sits. It doesn't really keep this area refrigerated like in your regular refrigerator. Just the coldness of the ice kind of keeps the other ice cold, but for long term you would have to take the ice out of here. This ice basket lifts right up. Since it doesn't keep it cold, as the ice melts, it'll drip through that and go back into the water bin where it will be recycled into ice again. So there's the water bin. To run it, you simply fill it full of water. I don't know if you can see there. The maximum would be to right there. I'm a little bit shy of that, but that's fine because I don't need to make any ice anyway. Then you just put the tray in, close the door, hit your power button. I'm going to go for small cubes. When I tested it when I bought it, I did big cubes. You can see the little bulldozer things going through its motion. If there was ice trays, it would have done that. And you can hear it's pumping water across. I don't know if you can see it in there. Water's just flowing down across those little probes, and then as the machine gets going, it's going to make those probes cold, and the ice will start to form there. So it's 10:15 when we started. I'm not going to make you suffer and watch ice cubes form, but when I did it the first time, it took 7 minutes. So I'll be back in about 7 minutes. Let's see if we can see it dump the first cubes out. According to the specifications, it's supposed to make about 26 pounds of ice in a day. So it really kind of cranks it out, a little rack of cubes every 7 minutes. So we'll let it do its thing, and I'll be back in a few minutes and we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I was 2 seconds late, but there you can see the thing's moving. You can see the ice cubes. Alright, so there's the first one's made. And check the clock. Maybe about 8 minutes. So that's not too bad. Come on back here and look at the cubes. These are the smaller cubes. It's not so easy to see in that white tray, is it? Put them right on the counter. There's the smaller cube as a reference. I see online when people ask size as a reference. Of course, you don't know how big my thumb is, but you know, about the size of a fingertip for the smaller cube, compared to a teaspoon. Go ahead and I'll select large, and we'll see if the large seem almost exactly the same size. They must just be a little bit thicker. So we'll let it run, and we'll come back in like an hour and see how full the tray is. Alright, so just about another 8 minutes later, and the next thing of ice came out, which is supposed to be large. So let's take a look here. These are the new ones, and there's an old one. Sorry. Let's slide it out. There's a large. That one's just small, so it only had about 7 minutes to melt, but it should be pretty close to true size. So you can see the difference between the two sizes there. You can also see that they rapidly melt on a granite countertop. They are hollow inside. I don't know how long they'll last in a cup of water or mixed drink, but there they are side by side, a large versus a small. So that was 2 things of ice in just about 15 minutes. Like I say, let's see what it does in about an hour. I'll come back. Maybe a little more. I have to walk the dogs as they are biting at the bit. Alright, and I'm back from walking my dogs, and if we look at the time, so we started everything, we added the water at 10:15, and it's 12 o'clock noon. I've been back for a few minutes, so while I was gone, the ice tray filled up. Let's take a look. So it's kind of full of cubes, and well, once I moved it, it kind of changed the sensor. The sensor's right here. See that little dot? It's infrared. So over here is the other side. So I guess those last cubes that were laying on it overflowed and made it think it was completely full. So now those are done, and it's going to start running again. But if it hadn't stopped, it would probably be pretty darn close to being full. So say in about 2 hours to 3 hours, it completely fills the ice chest. It's about, let's see, if my arms are long enough. It's about that big. Trying to give you a comparison. And it's off and running. So I'll let it keep running. We'll see the maximum ice that it makes, but that gives you a good idea of how well it works and how fast it makes ice. Alright, and so I cleared the ice so that it didn't read full, and it started back up, and it's just been just 12 minutes later, and it just shut off again after making ice. And so I'm just going to call this as what it calls full, which it's pretty much all the way full in the basket. I could adjust it and get it to make a little bit more ice, but we'll call that full in 2 hours flat for that amount of ice. So that's my video on the Igloo ice maker, and so far I'm pretty happy with it. We'll give it a try when we're out camping. We'll see you out in the campground. Thanks from catscamper.com.